Hello everyone, this is DInfinityX. Welcome back to Semihardcore Space Engineers. This one started off rather abruptly, to say the least. But I'm going to be talking about the plans for the next series that I want to do in Space Engineers, and then potentially visiting Europa. Okay, yeah, sound fixed now. No, I loaded into the game to my turrets going off, and apparently there was a reaver. That was surprising to say the least when it broke through my window there. Why did we attract a reaver? I don't remember this from yesterday. It must have been because I finished my last episode and then just logged straight off. So we must have caught its attention just before then? I don't know. But yeah, this is crazy. Well, I guess it's being dismantled. I was going to try and save it to pull the hydrogen out, but that's looking less and less likely now, because I can't find the remote block. It's also very possible the build and repairs just ate the remote block already. Well, at least my thing got rebuilt fast. But the lag is part of what I want to talk about today. That's fun. Anyway, while the ion engines continue to get built, I am going to talk about the next series because I'm just trying to build it in my head, and it's not going as well as I had hoped. Now, one of the things I was debating between is Vanilla Plus framework or Weapons Core. Now, I've played with Weapons Core in the past. It's fine. I just wanted something different because the problem I have with Weapons Core is that a lot of the guns have very long range. And with that long range comes your base being under attack from ships flying over, which is why I had turtled into the mountain at the start of this series. Now, from my understanding, Vanilla Framework, or Vanilla Plus Framework, adds just a bunch of different things that the weapons can do, and then I was going to combine that with the Assault Weapons Pack, and possibly the Star Wars one, I'm not 100% sure. I am going to add tanks. We are going to have the Aerodynamic mod. I've got a couple other mods, like guns and whatnot. And then one of the big things, well, I'm adding more MES, but one of the big things is suit items, and it is to limit myself with not being able to get things like the jetpack and all of that. So I'm limited to being on the ground until later into the game. There is another mod that I am also potentially going to use. I found in a hardcore pack that I got a few of these mods from. But I'm still trying to debate between these two. The next really big one is realistic thrusters, so that you have to have some forethought into building ships. You can't be asymmetrical all that much. I mean, you still can, but this one I think will be really fun to play with. And like I said, aerodynamic physics is going to be in it as well. Because I think building planes will be really fun, especially without a jetpack. The other one that I was considering, it's called Fire Brigade. Basically, fire just spreads. So if there's a fire on something, it'll spread to blocks around it. I think that could be really fun. Now, the big one I'm debating on is better resources, because I know that Industrial Overhaul is there. And this is essentially just a competitor to that. But Industrial Overhaul I've seen videos on it. This one I kind of want to do because it's just a bit different, because you have to deal with like oil and I think Industrial Overhaul does that as well. But I think this one could just be more fun. And to go along with better resources, there is it's essentially just like it's remapped the resources so that for like starting on Earth-like, you don't have access to silver or gold. You have to go to either the asteroids or to the moon to get silver and gold. And then lithium is only on the other planets, with titanium being only on Europa, uranium being only on Alien. I think this would be a fun way to play it because it will force me to have to go to Alien if I want to do a ton of uranium or reactors. The other one that I'm really debating on is real orbits. But I don't know. I know Earth-like and the moon have an issue. I'll consider this one. This isn't one I have to put in right away, because I can add it after the fact, I believe. But it would be potentially interesting. And obviously, we're going to do the water mod. The real star system or real solar systems would be fun. I just didn't have very much luck setting it up, but I might consider that one. But yeah, I will take any suggestions for mods, especially ones that add to the difficulty. Oh, it ate all of the important stuff. Now we're just left with the shell, which I'm just going to paint pink. Goodbye, shell. Yeah, so I am definitely open for any mod suggestions, especially with anything that can up the difficulty of the game. I think we have enough thrusters now. We can head to Europa. So we're going to do that after I refill my energy. All right, I did get a few things built. Oh, well, I could probably just use this. I did get a few things built on Red Dwarf so that we have resources like hydrogen and oxygen, because I don't know how long this trip could take. It shouldn't take long, but you never know. I also made sure to put down a survival kit, so in case I die... Hello, dampeners. Everything, I spawn on Red Dwarf when we don't lose it. Oh, stepped away for a second, and we are firing at a hunchback dropship. You know what? Why not? Let's go take a peek. Although I have a feeling the artillery turrets are going to just shred it apart, like it does with everything. Why is there a jump drive inhibitor field over here? Oh, yep. It's in pieces. With practically nothing left. I didn't even leave yet. Just flew right into a reactor. Wouldn't you know, I've done it again. Same reactor, too. It's because my dampeners are off. I just now realized that. Yeah, that makes sense. Why are my dampeners off? I will say this is definitely so much faster at accelerating now. But I want to try something that I've had this mod installed since I started this playthrough, and I've just never actually used it. Now, I have no idea how this works, but if I hit 6, we should go into Super Cruise. Power usage. I may not have enough power for this. I'm just kind of curious how fast we actually go. Oh, never mind, it destabilized. Well, I mean, we went 4 kilometers in that relatively short time span. Now I just need to find Europa. Alright, this should be Europa. And I wonder if we can... How... Did we just burn through all of our battery? Is that what happened? Or this doesn't have any battery. Never mind. We're just going to jump. Oh, we're in gravity. That's why. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So if we do this, a blind jump, yes, blind jump that far. Let's see how close we can get to Europa with this, and if that's the case, we might just do the frame shift drive the rest of the way. Yeah, let's see. Oh, let's not be in that view. That view hurts. Yeah, so this is... Oh, I can't do it from here. Oh, that's so cool. But yeah, this is a frame shift drive, yep. So Super Cruise, like Elite Dangerous, I believe. Speed 1 kilometer per second. That's not terrible. I just have to keep an eye out on power and hope we don't hit an asteroid. I think it would still take us quite a while to get there. Because at 1 kilometer a second, the jump would have taken 700 seconds, which is just under 12 minutes. And then we can recharge in 7, so yeah, it makes way more sense just to jump. Although the Super Cruise is cool. Alright, and with the next jump, we definitely feel closer. Maybe I'll turn on the Super Cruise while we're transitioning between warping and this, because then at least we're making some progress. Oh, it emergency stopped us right as we were about to hit a massive asteroid. That's fun. So we're just going to sidestep that here real quick. I'm guessing the Super Cruise was definitely the right call because we made it to Europa. Oh, and there's an inhibitor field here. Of course there is. Just as the jump drives would have potentially recharged. And knowing me, not knowing the distance to Europa, I definitely would have overshot it. Oh, and it just said we've discovered Supreme Hunters. That's concerning. I am going to make a GPS for Europa. Nope. No, I hope I spelled that right. It doesn't look right. But we're going to hit X for some reason instead of the descend button. And we're going to descend down towards Europa. Well, we should be good. I was going to say we should be good. Of course we're going to be good. I'm not fully loaded yet. We're way overkill on ion thrust for where we're at. Oh, I was going to say, do we have an altimeter? We do. So now I know how far we are from the ground. And I can gauge it a little bit better and not massively overshoot. Oh, I forgot we also have all the thrusters going down. So that'll help. And into the atmosphere. I may have been going a little quick. Nose down just in case. Nose down just in case. Oh, that's not good. This is definitely an interesting way to mine. I also... No, I am the right way up. I don't know why it's... Everything is not working. Alright, yeah, I've definitely messed up. But we can start mining the lake ice at least. Possibly. I don't think any of it's actually going into the cargo, so I need to fix that. So what's going to happen is I'm going to fill up some of the drills completely because there's a connector that's broken, even though all of these should have been... That's something I've never understood, because all of these should have had redundant connections. So I'll just have to... The ones that are still working, I'll just force my way through and collect ice here. I'm thinking part of the reason why I don't have thrust is because I have limited thrust. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck. I can back up, kind of, unless I'm stuck in the voxel, which is a good possibility. All those turrets are done. Yeah, I'm too heavy. I gravely overcalculated this everything. Or some of them disabled? Those are the left and right ones. Those aren't the up and down ones, right? Yeah. I'm gonna fly over to that trade station and see what we can do. Ooh, and just like that, it was day. I need a hydrogen tank. Or I need to refill my hydrogen at least. Oh yeah, no, this explains it. I blew up the cargo. And my cryo. Oh no. You know, we have a lot of ingredients. We just don't have a lot of... I think I need iron, nickel, maybe some silicon. I have got very, very limited jetpack All right. Well, I was able to... Where did it go? I was able to make a hydrogen bottle. Okay, why? Now it won't let me take it. All right, well, regardless, now that I have hydrogen, I can hopefully make it over to that trading station. In fact, it's probably going to be smarter to... Because this is practically on the other side of Europa. It may even be in space. Okay, it is in space. That's kind of what I figured. So maybe if I can get out of this gravity, I can just float to it. Alright, and we are at the beacon. Maybe I'm lucky and they sell ships. That'd be kind of funny, honestly. Mostly what I need to see is... Oh, what could I potentially use? I need it to be airtight. Vending machine. I don't need a rocket launcher. Or any of this, really. All they sell is weapons. Oh, that's not great. I forgot to do the one thing that I really needed to do while I was there, and that was eat. Oh no. Alright, so I have no idea what I'm going to do. I do need to eat, and then sit here and hit J to potentially prevent myself from suffocating. I need to figure out how I'm going to get off of this planet. Alright, I think I can... I know I can figure this one out. We can get out of here. We've got 2 broken ions that are missing a bunch of stuff. Honestly, it just felt like it wasn't even trying to lift. Okay, so it's just because I have that 50... I installed a 50% reduced thing to help improve in performance, which it honestly has. So what I think I'm going to end up having to do is convert all of these side thrusts into down thrust. I think that's the right play. Oh, that's annoying. That's really annoying. And then a thruster cooked me. Of course it did. How did I even die there? I was just trying to go through the door. Alright, something is going on with this ship that I cannot tell. For some reason, once again, the build and repairs were off, and the ship was rocking, so I was a bit on the worried side. I'm just trying to connect the cargo to the refineries in hopes that... Yeah, okay, we can start making iron, because it picked up a ton of scrap metal. Not that that's necessarily needed, but it could come in handy. Yeah, the ship is rocking around like crazy, and I don't know why. Alright, now it's just taking off on its own. Please don't. Pretty please don't. Please don't with the cherry on top. What is going on? Oh, we're ever so slowly gaining. We're ever so slowly gaining altitude. I'm just going to sit here and hold space until we get out of this planet. I have learned my lesson. Alright, I'm just going to make the jump to the space station, and I'm just going to jump there. I think we're going to have to do 5 jumps if math is mathing. Alright, for some reason it's not letting me jump, which is very concerning. Alright, relogging seems to have fixed it. The reason why I was a little... Because I could have just super cruised... Oh, that's bad camera view for that. Super cruised through this. The problem being is, according to that, I only have 11 minutes of power while super cruising. And that is 1,300 kilometers, which is about a 20-minute trip. And I wouldn't have... Okay, I guess I would have made it. It now says 32. When I initially did the math, it was... Well... Yeah, 18,000 kilometers would have been 30 minutes, so I would have been cutting it extremely close. So I guess I'm just going to do a super cruise / jumps till we get back home. Alright, and we are back to the space station here, just in time, because I need to sleep. That was I think I just didn't realize they were going to be that inefficient completely in atmosphere, because otherwise I wouldn't have done it. How much ice do we potentially have? Doesn't say because it hasn't updated, but we were almost out. Now, while I was staring at this, I noticed something. This LCD panel is 444 kilograms, or 800 and or almost 1,000 pounds, which is absurd. But I think that's going to do it for this episode, because I need to figure out what I want to do next. If we continue with this, or we move on to the Ultra Hardcore series. Because there was honestly a lot of stuff that I wanted to do in this series and just never got around to. So I'm gonna think about it, and we'll see what the next episode is after this, whether it's in the new hardcore world or we go after a few more Factorum. I mean, I would like to get this base self-sufficient, but I don't even know if that's feasible. So until next time, thank you all for watching, and hopefully you have a good rest of your day.